Three horrible booking decisions made by WWE in regards to this year's Clash at the Castle, this time in Scotland, in Glasgow. And this was an interesting show because it was actually a really good show. And coming out of it, I was like, you know what? I think I really like this show. And then I got to thinking. And three obvious things came to mind, and I wanted to talk about it. So here we are in this channel, in this video. Because if you look at it as a scope from the opener, which was Cody Rhodes successfully defending the undisputed WWE Championship against AJ Styles in an I Quit match, that was a lot of fun. You had down the card Sami Zayn, Chad Gable. You had a triple threat for the women's tag team titles. You had Bayley, Piper Niven, and then, of course, the shocking main event. And the main event of Damian Priest retaining the WWE World Heavyweight Championship over Drew McIntyre because of that bastard CM Punk. The opener and the main event are not on my list today. Everyone is talking about the main event, rightfully so, but I don't think that should be the main focus of this show. I think the main focus should be actually the undercard of it. And I will say that I knew what to expect going into this show. I knew what to expect when it comes to the main event. So that's why it's not on my list. We knew CM Punk was going to screw over Drew McIntyre. We knew Drew McIntyre wasn't going to win the championship because of not only his feud with CM Punk, but also the fact that Gunther won King of the Ring and had a guaranteed championship match at SummerSlam on August 3rd. So we knew that. So with that being said, let's get into the list. Number 3, and we're going to focus on the women's championship match. We're going to have Bayley defending her championship, retaining her championship over Piper Niven. It was a feel-good moment for her. But I thought they missed out on an opportunity. I actually thought they hurt Piper way more than they needed to because the finish was trying to protect her, but I thought WWE could have went out of their way to protect her a little bit more. The finish was Piper going for a Samoan drop, and Bayley rolled her up, right, with the crucifix. 1, 2, 3, and Bayley retained. And it was a flat finish, and you knew it was going to be a flat finish going into the match because the fans weren't going to pop for Bayley to win and retain, and they knew that Piper wasn't going to win the championship here. Personally, I thought they should have just easily had Piper lay out Bayley after the match and move on. You don't even have to continue the program. You just got to keep the heat on Piper, who clearly they think can be someone, and it gives the fans a little bit of something to pop for. I thought that was just a missed opportunity on their part. Number 2, it was the title change in the women's tag team championship match. So you had Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, you had Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, and of course Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair in a triple threat. And you had Dawn and Fire walk out as the champions. And I thought it was kind of force-fed in a way. I understand that you have, hometown talent, home country talent, right? And you wanted a title change on the card with someone or someones from the country winning a championship. I just thought it was force-fed because Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, not only are they doing really good work as a tag team, both in the ring and on television and backstage segments, they gel together, and they're two of your biggest stars, and I don't know if Dawn and Fire have been built up enough to be able to not only protect what Jade and Bianca built with the championships, but also build on that success. Even to the point of maintaining the success and the prestige of the championships in which Bianca and Jade really cemented with those championships. I thought it was force-fed. I didn't think it was time to pull the titles off of Jade and Bianca. I mean, they just won it just a little bit ago. I don't even think they had 2 months as champions. So I thought that was a missed opportunity. Yeah, you could make the case that Bianca and Jade's going to win it right back, but at that point, I think we should just kind of move on. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not they split these two and they start the program heading into SummerSlam. I think that could actually happen. Maybe we get a rematch at Money in the Bank in July, where that is, Jade turns heel and we finally get that heel turn and we start to kick off the feud between her and Bianca. I don't know. We'll see. But it'll be interesting to see where WWE goes from here. Now, number one mistake, and I think a lot of people are going to agree with me on this, was Chad Gable not walking out as the Intercontinental Champion over Sami Zayn. Obviously, Sami Zayn, he retained the championship. I understand that there was a lot of outside interference and outside focus on Otis and Maxine Dupree. I understand that they are building towards a Sami Zayn-Chad Gable feud. I understand all that. But at the end of the day, considering that the work that this man has done over the last few months, especially in the last few weeks with the storyline, the focus coming out of the show is Otis and Chad Gable. We know that they're going in that direction. Otis did not fully turn on Gable. He just turned his back because, throughout the match, it was, will Chad Gable or Maxine Dupree help Chad Gable win the championship and cost Sami Zayn, and they won it. And there was the, finish of the match where Otis carried Dupree to the backstage area, and Chad got distracted. Sami capitalized, hit the haluva kick, 1, 2, 3. He retains, and now we were told flat out on commentary that this feud between Sami and Chad is over, and that is fine, but it doesn't mean that you didn't have to keep the championship on Sami and not still do the Otis and Chad feud. You could have done the feud with the championship. Heck, that may have made it even more over the top, right? Because everyone's talking about the Chad Gable character on Raw. They're not necessarily talking about the Sami Zayn character. They're talking about him and Otis and Dupree and where this is going. And everyone and their dog is waiting for Otis to turn. And we get that feud again. That's what people are waiting on. So you're really not getting any heat off of Sami, right? You could still have Otis turn his back, but somehow maybe the Creed brothers come out and help him win the championship. I don't know. You could go in that direction. You could go into a lot of different directions. But Chad Gable, he earned the right to be called Intercontinental Champion, and I thought WWE just missed it by a mile, and it was just unnecessary. So those are my 3 takes, but overall, I really enjoyed this show. I mean, WWE PLEs, they're doing it right these days. You cannot praise Triple H enough for, booking 5-6 matches, but they're all bangers. They all are really good in-ring work, and you go from there. But he's doing a phenomenal job as a booker, and I look forward to Money in the Bank and seeing what he's got up his sleeve in that regard.